Few countries celebrate Halloween like the United States. Every year, Americans spend billions of dollars on candy, decorations, costumes, and nights out. It is a time when mischievous children play pranks on one another, adults reminisce about their misspent youth, and communities come together and have some light-hearted fun. Here are the top 10 coolest Halloween traditions across America. 10. Pumpkin boat racing. The residents of Goffstown, New Hampshire, celebrate Halloween by paddling down a river in giant pumpkins. The unusual event kicks off with a pumpkin weigh-in. The oversized gourds, many of which weigh over 1,000 pounds, are so heavy that winches are needed to lift them onto the scales. The Pumpkin Regatta is the brainchild of Jim Boschman, pumpkin fanatic and founder of the New Hampshire Giant Pumpkin Growers Association. He recalls the moment he pitched the idea to event organizers in 2000. So when I presented that idea to them, they kind of looked at each other and said, "This guy's serious." Fortunately, Boschman was given the green light. The first boat race attracted around 500 people, and the two-day event quickly spiraled in popularity. Number 9. Coffin racing. Every Halloween, the locals of Manitou Springs build their own coffins to compete in the city's annual coffin race. Each team is made up of 5 contestants, including 4 runners and 1 corpse, and Emma. The runners, dressed up as clowns, zombies, unicorns, Deadpools, and all manner of weirdness, push their caskets towards the finish line, along an uphill course. The event is preceded by the Parade of Coffins, where a procession of antique hearses makes its way through the streets of Manhattan. 8. Pumpkin rolling. In 1969, a group of high schoolers went around stealing pumpkins from local residents in Chagrin Falls, Ohio. The pranksters loaded the pumpkins into a truck and tossed them down a steep road in the downtown area. The thefts plagued the small village for years as future generations of school children took up the mantle. But the controversial prank soon became something of a Halloween tradition. Number 7. Spooktacular painting. Shopping in the small township of Freehold in October is an extraordinary experience. Stand in front of almost any storefront window in the downtown area and there, staring back, will be some sort of ghoulish imagery. In the run-up to Halloween, over 100 students from across the Freehold Regional High School District descend upon Main Street to paint the windows of local businesses. Braving New Jersey's autumnal weather, the young artists spend hours painting their Halloween murals. Past entries have included a sharp-toothed Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, the murderous clown Pennywise, and a werewolf version of New Jersey legend Bruce Springsteen. 6. Paddleboarding witches and warlocks. Every October, spectators crowd the Embarcadero and watch as hundreds of witches set sail for charity. The annual Witches and Warlock Paddle first started out as a birthday celebration among friends. "We have friends who have October birthdays, specifically Halloween and right before Halloween," explained one of the coven's initiates, Annette Osiris's. "I also do punting and dragon boat paddling, and a lot of my teammates ask when the witches' paddle was." So, in an effort to raise money and food for the San Luis Obispo Food Bank, the locals don their pointy hats and put their paddleboards and kayaks to good use. Number 5. The Canova Pumpkin House. The Canova Pumpkin House in West Virginia puts on an impressive 3,000 pumpkin display every Halloween. Hundreds of pumpkins are carved daily throughout October, with around 1,000 volunteers donating their time to achieve this staggering feat. Processing so many pumpkins is no easy task, however, requiring coordination between carving, cutting, and washing stations. A trail of pumpkins is carefully arranged along the porch and porch roof, spilling out onto the front yard. At the heart of the display lies a massive pumpkin wall that illuminates the entire house in a warm orange glow. According to Griffith, each pumpkin represents one of the city's 3,000 residents. The Canova Pumpkin House has become a tourist hotspot, attracting a whopping 30,000 visitors each year. The event gets so busy that food vendors often set up their stalls along the street. 4. The Skeletons Are Alive. This year marks Northville's 9th annual Skeletons Are Alive event, where an army of the undead takes over the downtown area. Officials place over 100 skeleton displays around the Michigan city, recreating scenes from popular events, movies, and TV shows. Displays have ranged from the infamous White Walkers of Game of Thrones to John Goodman's Ashes speech in The Big Lebowski. Skeletons of Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton even went head-to-head in a reenactment of the 2016 presidential debates. This year, the local church erected its own display, A Wedding of the Damned, featuring a canine ring bearer. The church will give away a small prize to the winner of this year's skeleton scavenger hunt. The director of the Downtown Development Authority explained the appeal of Northville's spooky display. Every year people call in, just to see what the new skeletons are. They want to come down and check out what we've added. Number 3. Thriller flash mobs. New Orleans goes all out for Halloween. Just before noon, choreographer Kenneth Bryan leads a dance troupe of zombies towards the steps of City Hall. The street, which city officials close every Halloween, heaves with crowds of revelers. The dancers slowly start to rise from the ground as familiar music pierces the silence. Donning a red leather jacket, Bryan channels his inner Michael Jackson to deliver an electric rendition of Thriller. 2. Smashing fridges and cars with giant pumpkins. Thousands of spectators flood into Hee Haw Farm to watch giant pumpkins pulverize all manner of objects, including cars, fridges, and pianos. The behemoth squash is dropped from a height of 175 feet, around 14 stories, obliterating anything in its path. Children can then ride the crane lift and throw small pumpkins to their deaths. Some of the pumpkins are filled with ping-pong balls, which attendees must chase to win prizes. But the pièce de résistance came at the end of the 2018 drop, when a car was dumped into a pumpkin-filled swimming pool. Number 1. The Zombie Bike Ride. The first zombie bike ride was organized by the owners of a local bicycle store called WeCycle. The group decided to combine its love for everything Halloween with the city's proud bike culture. I love the Halloween spirit and I love the art, mysticism and supernatural celebration of Day of the Dead. It's fun, said WeCycle president Evan Haskell. 16. I usually dress up and walk into whatever face painting booth is available. I can't believe how much the event has grown. The Key West Artisan Market hosts a pre-bike ride party. Bars and food stalls are littered along the shoreline and local musicians perform for the crowds. The party also raises awareness of various charitable causes. Last year's featured charity was Little Pink Houses of Hope, which provides vacations for breast cancer patients and their families.